Today we're looking at a great sequence for people who are just beginning working with no gi, whether you're transitioning from gi to no gi or you're just getting started in grappling in general. The knee cut pass is one of our strongest passes, gi and no gi both, and learning how to drive that knee through that inside space is going to be the subject of another video later on. We're going to just look at a transition from the knee cut to your partner's response with the underhook, which can create a whole host of problems, and then a counter landing in the guillotine with the arm in so that we can finish right out of the pass. All right, well, the key concept here is that just because you're starting on the top doesn't mean that first of all, it doesn't mean you have to stay on the top, and second of all, you may find yourself in a position where you are working from the top, but you're losing the control that you'd like to have, and you have an opportunity to finish a submission, but it requires you going down to the bottom. Now that's always a kind of a tactical choice that you make in the moment, but understand that there's nothing that says that you need to stay on the top and finish from the top just because you start on the top. In fact, a lot of great finishes happen out of positional changes and transitions from top to bottom. So that's going to be like the overall concept of what we're doing. Okay, so our partner is in the seated guard here. We're going to push them down so they're supine, their back is on the floor. We like this when we're passing for the knee cut because if he's sitting up here and I try to knee cut, oftentimes I'll find that my partner begins to wrap my leg, okay? He can wrestle up from this position, starting to knock me down. He can also enter into other sorts of leg attacks. It's not that he can't do that when he's supine, but when we're knee cutting, we like our partner's shoulders to be closer to the floor. So we'll start with any driving action that puts our partner's shoulders down on the mat, and then we'll take a hand on the inside of our partner's hip. This is the substitute if you're used to working with the gi, this collar grip here. Okay, a lot of times we're taught to use the collar grip here to close his back. We're just going to post our hand on our partner's hip. Our knee comes to the inside position. We take our second hand, we put it on our partner's knee, and we drive our knee to the mat here. And our goal is to slide the leg through, take the underhook, and pass like this. But a lot of times as you're doing that, your partner is wise, and they take this underhook, and they begin to lace it through, so it goes around your waist. Now, when we're knee cutting and our partner puts his underhook through, you'll see that right away you have no underhook. Your partner can come up, put their elbow on the floor, and now there's a whole host of issues here. Again, if I continue to drive forward, the best case scenario for me really is I'll be able to put a whizzer on, and we end up here side by side in this so-called dogfight position. But that's not so great if what you're trying to do is to pass the guard. You know, this position here is much better than dogfight. At least you have head height advantage, mobility advantage. With the dogfight, you don't really have that side by side in the seatbelt whizzer. So, all right, here we are. We go to knee cut, we're prepared, and our partner shoots this arm through. Here. We are going to put the whizzer on because we don't want our partner going to our back. Okay? Rotate. If we don't put the whizzer on and we insist on cutting our knee through in the hopes that we'll be faster than our partner, it's not really going to work. Even if I get through to the cross side, he has this underhook, he's going to continue to come up, and now out of here, I run the risk of getting my back taken or all these other things. So, when we see the underhook in place, we need to put a whizzer on, okay? There are times where you'll feel like you're a little late to the whizzer. If you're late to the whizzer, your hand's going to go to the floor and your head's going to come forward. Okay, whether you go whizzer or hand on the mat, recognize that you have to do something to stop your partner's momentum to the back here. So the whizzer is the best for doing that. If you can't get that because your partner's arm is shot through too far here and you're not able to do that, your hand's going to go to the floor and you're going to bring your head over your partner's shoulders. This arm is going to be the main one for our attack today. We're going to take this arm around the corner, and when we do and we start to lock up the beginnings of the guillotine, one thing you have to keep in mind is to bring your shoulder forward. If I wrap my partner's head without bringing my shoulder forward, it's always going to be a looser grip. So when we feel our partner shooting through, we're going to commit our shoulder down towards the mat here. This is going to ensure a deep lock and the elbow deep position that we need in order to be able to finish. So as I feel him shooting the arm through, I can't get the whizzer in place, my hand goes to the floor, we're going to go deep through this way. Your partner is going to continue to rise up. They see this as an opportunity to sweep you and to start to come up to the top position. We're going to lock our hands with the top hand holding the bottom one. As he goes to come up, we're going to fall down to the side. And very important that we keep our chin close to our partner's back. Top leg comes over. Now from here, we're in a position where we can finish from the bottom position. So we had a situation that was not ideal because our guard pass, which was going well, was interrupted by the underhook. If we could get the whizzer, that would be great. We would still work our same attack. But if you can't, your hand's going to go to the floor and you have to act quickly. So we're in a position where we're starting the pass here. We see our partner coming through. If we can get the whizzer, great. If we miss it, hand goes to the mat. We commit this arm around the corner. And now from here, we start to tilt our body. The top hand comes out and locks. As he comes up, we're going to sit our body in so that our leg goes underneath our partner and we're here for the finish. One more time. We start putting our partner down, back on the floor, shoulders on the floor. We're starting the pass. He takes the underhook here. We take our arm over the top. We lock our hands here, the configuration, just holding your wrist. Once we're on top, don't stay here. Your partner will be able to get up because their legs are not controlled. As he scissors, we're going to fall down to the side, keeping our head over our partner's head, and you have a very strong finish right there. This is a nice sequence to practice because you can't always, first of all, the knee cut is a great pass. Second is, you can't always stop the underhook, especially no gi. And then third, if you can't get the whizzer in, this is a good alternative because you are putting a brake on your partner's attack towards your back through this deeper grip. You have a nice arm-in guillotine, and you've converted your guard pass and potentially finding it very frustrating into a very nice finish, even though you're down on the bottom once again. Okay, thanks for watching, appreciate it, and we'll see you soon.